Well, my name is Benjamin. I'm 25 years old. I'm a mathematician. I like to think that I'm a logical person. I tend to believe that things are false unless I've got a good reason to believe they're true. I've always believed that God's existed. I've never been an atheist. It largely comes from, first of all, the origin of the universe. Something created it. So at the very least, you've got deism. I've got plenty of bones to pick with evolution. Most of them have to do with how things started. But I think once you open the door to the supernatural, then you can take a look at, say, the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, because there is tangible historical evidence for it. When I was 18, 19, being introduced to university and finally a non-Christian community, I learned for myself that I wasn't a Christian. I was merely talking the talk because everybody else was. I believed that God was out there. He may have loved some people, but he didn't love others, in particular me. Why would I do all these things for God if he won't lift a finger for me? And things changed. I had started my PhD and I went to Sydney, and it was at that point that I felt the calling of what I would describe now as the Holy Spirit, but definitely something that was urging me towards reading the Bible. And so I began with the book of John, and it was from that moment that I had that encounter that people describe but can't quite do tangibly. Having just moved to Newcastle would have been mid-July, I knew I needed to find some Christians at the very least. I know from experience I can't do this on my own. While on my walk to the York Community Library to do some work, I ran into Sam, did the little questionnaire on the paper. I've been a Christian now for a little more than 2 years. This is more or less a statement of this is a part of my life now. Why the Seventh-day Adventist Church in particular? Largely because of the biblical evidence around the Sabbath. So very much I would base my faith in Christianity in particular on the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. I think of him as one to aspire to. When you read that he completely fulfilled the will of God, and say personal tribulation did not move him, that's something that I'd like to say for myself.